In the world of elite football, the gap between the haves and the have-nots has never been wider. It's a landscape dominated by financial giants, state-backed projects, and global brands worth billions. Headlines are filled with record-breaking transfer fees and lucrative sponsorship deals, making the sport feel more like a corporate arms race than a local passion. In this hyper-commercialized era, the deep-rooted connection between a club and its community can seem like a quaint, forgotten ideal. But in a working-class neighborhood in Madrid, tucked away in the shadows of the Bernabeu and the Metropolitano, one team is still playing by a different set of rules. This isn't a story about trophies or Galacticos. It's a story about survival, identity, and resistance. This is the story of Rayo Vallecano, one of football's last true rebels. In a city of kings, there is a neighborhood of rebels. In an era of football driven by billions, one team stands for something more. Their budget is a fraction of their city rivals. Their stadium is small, old, and unapologetically loud, and their fans are more likely to be protesting for social justice than posing for selfies. This isn't just another underdog. This is a club that feels like a declaration that even in the shadow of giants, a community can hold its ground and prove that some things just aren't for sale. To understand Rayo Vallecano, you have to understand Vallecas. This isn't just a district in Madrid, it's a character in this story. Historically, Vallecas has been a bastion of the working class, a landing spot for migrants from across Spain, and a neighborhood built on solidarity and activism. It's a place with a proud left-wing tradition, a history of fighting for its rights, and a fiercely independent spirit. The football club, founded in 1924, didn't just happen to be located here. It became deeply intertwined with the neighborhood's identity. While other clubs built brands, Rayo was building a community. You can see it in the stands, especially with the club's most famous supporters group, the Bucaneros. They are a core part of the stadium's atmosphere, known across Spain for their passionate, noisy support and for turning their section into a platform for social and political expression. Banners against racism, fascism, and homophobia are as much a part of the match-day experience as the football itself. For these fans, the club is a vehicle for their values, a symbol of anti-authoritarianism and collective pride. The club's iconic shirt, with its red diagonal sash, is a badge of this unique identity. While theories persist that it was inspired by the Argentinian club River Plate, the Franja Roja has become its own legend. It's a symbol that distinguishes Rayo from every other club in Madrid, a lightning bolt of defiance on a field of giants. Rayo's rebellion isn't just talk. It's written in a history of concrete actions, moments when the club and its community proved their soul wasn't for sale. These aren't tales of league titles, but of human victories that mean far more to the people of Vallecas. The most powerful example came in 2014. Carmen Martinez Ayuso, an 85-year-old resident living near the stadium, was evicted from the home she had lived in for 50 years. The story sparked national outrage. While politicians debated, Rayo acted. The then-manager, Paco Jiménez, and the players announced that they would step in, vowing to help her find a new home and pay her rent. It was a gesture that showed the world what Rayo Vallecano truly stands for. This rebellious spirit also turns inward, holding the club itself to account. The relationship between the fans and the longtime president, Raúl Martín Presa, is famously fraught with tension. Fans have launched countless protests over what they see as the mismanagement and neglect of their club, from the poor state of the stadium to his talk of moving the team from its historic home. Their voice is powerful. In 2017, when the club signed Ukrainian player Roman Zozulia, fans protested due to accusations and controversy surrounding his perceived links to Ukrainian far-right nationalist movements. The backlash was so overwhelming that Zozulia's loan was terminated within days, and he never played a single game for the club. In a world where fans are often treated as mere customers, the supporters of Rayo proved they were the club's conscience. Rayo's commitment to social causes has been woven directly into its identity. In a brilliant move that captured their ethos, the club released a special away kit in 2015 as part of their Anonymous Heroes campaign. It was a black shirt with the iconic sash reimagined as a rainbow. Each color of the sash was dedicated to a different cause. Red for cancer awareness, orange for the integration of people with disabilities, yellow for those who have lost hope, green for environmental protection, blue for child protection, and pink to support victims of domestic abuse, with the full rainbow representing the struggle against discrimination based on sexual orientation. While many clubs release kits purely as commercial products, Rayo tied theirs to a broader social message. This sense of purpose gives them a unique edge. Rayo usually operates with a budget that places it in the lower tier of La Liga. They can't compete on transfer fees or wages. Instead, they survive by being smarter, hungrier, and more united. Their recruitment is often a masterclass in opportunism, finding value where others don't. The signing of a world-class striker like Radamel Falcao in the twilight of his career was a perfect example, a move built on opportunity, not just finances. This translates to the pitch. Under managers who understand the club, like Andoni Iraola, Rayo became known for a thrilling, high-energy brand of football. It's aggressive, brave, and relentlessly vertical. They press with the ferocity of a team that knows it has to fight for every single ball. They aren't afraid to go toe-to-toe with giants, and their small, intimidating home ground, the Estadio de Vallecas, has become a graveyard for the ambitions of richer teams, earning Rayo the nickname Mata Gigantes, the giant killers. And being a giant killer creates incredible betting opportunities. If you enjoy football stories like this and want daily betting tips covering La Liga, Rayo Vallecano, the Champions League, and almost every major sport, check out our Patreon in the description. We post daily betting lists for our members every single day. This constant battle for survival defines the club. The 2023-24 season was a perfect encapsulation of the Rayo experience. The club turned to former player Íñigo Pérez as manager in February 2024, inheriting a team in a precarious position. He managed to instill the tactical clarity and fighting spirit needed to navigate a tense relegation battle, ultimately guiding the team to safety and securing their place in La Liga for another year. There was no trophy parade. For Rayo, survival is the victory. It is the prize they fight for every year. This new era under Pérez isn't about suddenly becoming rich or powerful. It's about reinforcing what makes them strong. The question that looms over Vallecas is whether this model is sustainable. As the financial gap in football widens, can a club built on community and principle continue to survive? The club's president, Raúl Martín Presa, has publicly floated the idea of moving to a new, bigger stadium, sparking fierce opposition from fans and even local politicians who argue the club's location is non-negotiable. Rayo Vallecano will likely never win the Champions League. They may never have a billion-euro squad, but what they have is something that money can't buy and trophies can only symbolize: a soul. They are a living reminder of what football can be, not just a business, but a community. Not just entertainment, but an expression of identity. They represent a version of the game that so many fans fear is disappearing. A game rooted in a specific place, for a specific people, with a specific set of beliefs. In the end, Rayo Vallecano is more than a football club. It is a declaration. It's the stubborn, beautiful, and defiant idea that in a world of kings, the rebels can still have their day. They are proof that victory isn't always measured in points or prize money, but in the unwavering commitment to who you are and the people you stand with. And in modern football, there is no greater triumph than that. Let us know in the comments which Rebel Club we should cover next. And if you enjoyed this story of an underdog that refuses to quit, you won't want to miss our video on the incredible rise of SV Elversberg. Thanks for watching.